I'm glad you mentioned that because when I was 16, we was living in poly apartments and we was selling dope every day. I mean, we cutting up dope, we smoking weed, we drinking, and my mom, we was sneaking girls in the house and weed smoke all in her apartment. And my mom, she started getting mad. So then it was different times, dude. Certain gangs was coming through shooting, and we patrolling the block and all of that. And my mom was like, "You got to get out my house." I was like, "For what? What I do?" She was like, "What?" So she was like, "Look, you got all these guns. You selling dope. You smoking. You drinking. You barely go to school. I just got insurance on you. You and your brother." I said, "What you get some insurance on us for?" Because if you die, I'll be able to. They'll be able to pay for the funeral. I work every day. I barely pay the rent and bills here. And y'all out here gang banging and doing this and doing that. I can't take it no more. You got to get out my house. And now that I'm in here, I lost my 4-year-old cousin and I lost my grandmother. And the worst thing can happen to anybody is to lose their mother in here. And these Catholics and these preachers around here, they got the worst job in jail, period. When they walk up to you and say, "Hey, I don't know how you gonna take this, but your mom just died," or the police say, "Hey, report to the office down here that you need to call home because your mom just died." Man, you don't go down there, man. You know the homie just lost his mama. Now you got all these people that have lost their mom, keep you from killing yourself or want to kill yourself or take it out on a gang you don't get along with, or man, F you police, man, watch out and nut up on them. There's different stuff that goes on here that you don't realize you messed up. So I'm glad you spoke on that because it tears me up knowing that I did a lot of messed up things and I'm trying to fix it now. So these kids don't be out here asleep. Cause I don't care who you is, if you come in here, ain't nothing happening. They gonna love you while you there, but when you come in here and 8, 9 years go by, reality gonna kick in real fast. If your TV go out or you ain't got it on your shelf and you don't want to do nothing to get in trouble, but you gotta just go without. Reality kick in real fast. So, and I didn't even know funerals cost that much, but I'm glad that my mom did put me out because I probably could have got her hurt.
I didn't have any idea we were going to do that. I know they said they would call me one day this week. I would have brought the paperwork. One day I want to like to bring the paperwork so you guys can have that, take a look at that, see the expenses of what it is about.
And I guess the picture.
Yeah, I have all that. I have that all at home. Like I said, I wasn't prepared for it today. I can bring it to you tomorrow and let you guys film it and put it out there. Because this is something that's necessary. Because kids, like I said, the streets are big and wide. And they have such an allure, especially when society is telling us we are to have things with names and labels on them, make them better than the next thing. And kids get caught up in that. They get caught up in wanting the Nikes, Reeboks, and all this other stuff, the nice $600 pair of jeans and all this stuff. They get caught up in that, not knowing the cost of that. And for kids, and I'm talking particularly to the young men, to go out there and put their lives on the line for a pair of tennis shoes. I asked a couple kids one time that came in, and I said, "Who is Paul Knight?" They said, "I don't know." I said, "You don't?" And the kid I asked that had on a pair of Nikes. I said, "You don't know one of the founders of Nike, but you got his shoes on? You don't even know the man's name?" And that amazed me. You will live or die for his symbol, but you don't even know him. And that's a deep thing to me. And if I could say anything to the young man, like I said, know your true value to yourself. Because if you're not the man on top selling drugs, you're nobody. You're expendable. And my son's death and the guy that he died with, showed me just that. Life had no meaning to none of them. And he knew every last person involved in his death. He knew them personally. He knew them. And he called them his family. Can't get no worse than that.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because when you in the streets, you got like kids that grew up in foster homes and they don't have parents, or they parents got strung out on drugs, and they was in an empty apartment with nothing to eat. So they were fast to learn how to hustle and learn how to get something to eat to feed them and they little brothers and sisters. So when they grew up, that's all they know, and that's why I'm doing this footage with you, and I'm glad that they gonna see both sides, because you made it, I didn't make it. You see what I'm saying? So for you to share what you sharing, I used to be them. So when you get caught in that spider web, it's easy, because let's say, for example, I'll pull up in a 600 Benz on some 24s, and then you pull up in a big body Jaguar on some 26s with some rims like that. They gonna be like, oh, he clowning you, Kiki. That's gonna make me go get them rims you got. Cause just from that little event, let's say we was at a festival or something, man, you pull up and you clown me. Now the whole hood like, man, that Jaguar clowning your Benz, don't even pull it out no more. And then they get caught up in that. The women clowning, oh, you can't even afford them rims Davis got. But you work for it. You got insurance on everything. All my car is stolen. I was being real. Or I bought it from a pawn shop. Or I might have bought them brand new. But that's what I'm saying. It's a materialistic world. And all they respect is a guy with money, gun, got a rep for killing, got money, the girls, and all the... That's all they... If you ain't that, you ain't nothing. And that's just... From the outside looking in, any little kid, if I let him drive that Benz, or if you let him drive that Jaguar for the weekend, he gonna do anything you say. Cause all they thinking about is how many girls they gonna get, and they got their numbers down. Yeah, I'm this and that, and school is gonna be going out the window once they start making that kind of money, and they able to afford some of the clothes you was just talking about. All that other stuff is out the window, because they want it now. Like you said, your son was talking about, you won't let me be a man.
No, my son.
But at least you try to give them the hand-me-downs. What about people like me that didn't have no hand-me-downs? Yeah. My big homies was my hand-me-downs, and they the ones taught me what I know in the streets. And that's all I know today, still.
Well, to speak on that, my son had a 2006 Escalade on 24-inch rims, and a half a drawer full of money at his girlfriend's mother's house. That's what I found out later, when he's incarcerated. He said, Dad, go by and pick up my car. Go by and get my money. And gave me the address. I went by there. All the furniture was sitting, not on the front yard, on the front sidewalk. And the house was completely abandoned. They had took the drawer full of money and the Escalade. They took it all. That's what I was saying to you earlier, that my son died. And even dying, they took his shoes off his feet.
That's another sad thing, is how the poverty, how it is today. It's bringing the worst out of a lot of people and families. Like, you got families won't even let you come live with them, and they know you down on your luck. We got to change all that and just make it a better life.
Gonna wrap it.
Well, on that, we want to close. I want to thank you for
You're welcome.
doing this with me.
I appreciate the opportunity.